Hey, what's up, everybody? As we are navigating through this online space, it can sometimes feel like the wild, wild west. I know what's good, what's not, what's trending, what's hot. Well, today I want to give you a little insight to what I've been working on in my crypto projects. Remember, I'm not an official financial investment advisor, only a personal finance enthusiast and a crypto consultant here to help you win by reducing risk and increasing your profits. Now let's check out one of my projects' progress right now. Let's go. As you know, in the past few days, we've heard a lot of great things. I put this mega incentive up here first because if you haven't purchased your hub, then you will not be able to avail pretty much anything that I'm going to show you. And if you are available or able to avail the new add-on to the hubs, then I want you to reflect. If you've been around for a while, I'm going to tell you, I may have said it, a few others may have said it, but I can say that Marigold has been the absolute, cheerleader, if you will, leader in this space to tell you, get those hubs. And I truly appreciate that because she reminded people the importance of getting your hubs. And I'm going to tell you, when we get through this presentation, you're going to know exactly why that was so important. Because there are benefits that come with having full hubs when we're starting this new project. And those that don't have the full hubs will not be able to benefit at the beginning of this project. And you're talking about, 110% production versus under 110%. So you don't get any bonuses if you did not take that sincere advice and suggestion to get your hubs. So I just wanted to make sure that that was put out there because that's something that, has been really, really pushed for a long time and for good reason. So if somebody thought that the only reason that was being said was just to sell hubs, no, that wasn't the deal. It was because she was sincerely preparing you for what was to come. Now, this incentive will shut down, go away. I mean, will definitely turn into a pumpkin right before the new add-on hubs take hold. All right. So when that sale starts, this is gone. Now, I don't quote me on this and really don't hold me to the stake on it either. If that's the case, which that's what my understanding is, then today, since there's nothing in the back office that says, here is where you purchase the Tupan add-on, you may have an opportunity if you haven't purchased a full hub to be able to, get right there at the beginning and take advantage of the more powerful minting that's going to be going on. So let me get into it so you'll understand a little bit better about what's happening and why that is so valuable. As you can see, if you do have an opportunity to purchase right now, then you'll be able to get in one full hub, will get you additional 200 tokens, Avenach, and 300 Zeniq coins. That is massive value for what we got going on. Now, what's so powerful about this is these are the support crew to the Zeniq coin, the support to the Zeniq blockchain. We're not even on the main, program. We're not even talking about the main presentation. We're not talking about what most of us came into this program with that was so powerful in itself. We're taking you to the new developments so everybody can get that new information right up front. Because if not, then I'll probably forget and then, I'll feel bad at the end. So I'm putting it to you right up front. Here are the new updates, some things we know, some things we don't know, but hopefully everybody will know at the finish of this presentation. So Avenach is the aviation network operation chain, which is on the blockchain, aviation on the blockchain. They have created something called a VOO platform that is the first in the industry. So Avenach, what they've done is solve an essential problem by developing the VOO platform, right? So Oh, that shouldn't be there. All right, let's move past that then. So their vision solves the serious and obvious structural and processual and business problems of the aviation industry. So this is something that we talk about Avenach. Some people have asked a question. I mean, man, it's been interesting. I've read so many posts in Telegram and WhatsApp and all over the place. And people literally are asking, why are we talking about Avenach? What does Avenach have to do with Zeniq? I mean, if you've been around for a little while, I think that's a self-explanatory, question, because when you stay abreast of what's going on, the leaders on this call, I know, make sure their folks know what's going on. And so around the, globe, whoever's around the globe, then you got to know that updates are happening every day. Technology does not wait, does not sit, it's not still. Technology is moving all the time. And so with that being said, Avenach was introduced to the Saphir Global members, being all of us, a while back, like September, actually, last year. And we didn't know how it was going to happen. We didn't know the process. We didn't know what was going to happen as far as how we were going to benefit from it. But by the time 2022 came around, we were well in the know for the staking that was coming through the Avenach program. So the Avenach token is a bridge between crypto and the real economy. And that real economy they're talking about is encapsulated in their field of aviation. And so everything in aviation can be tokenized. And when you really stop and think about that, you're talking $1 trillion market, you're talking massive opportunity. And so when Avenach, being a support or a strategic partner with Zeniq, they bring more value to Zeniq because they actually have a use case. They actually have a coin, they actually the token, they actually have something that is real behind the token, and that is the aviation industry. And so when they start on their path of bringing real value to the aviation industry, which they've already proven at different events and got really good feedback, then the value of the token goes up. And when their token goes up, guess what happens to the Zeniq coin? Yes, you're absolutely correct. It starts to respond as well because it's in the ecosystem of the Zeniq program. And we are recipients of the benefits of all of that. And that's why we're excited about talking about these particular developments. Avenach migrates to the Zeniq Smartchain. All right, so the terminology, Smartchain versus just blockchain, right? So that's powerful. And we will talk a little bit more about the Smartchain here shortly. So what does Avenach bring to the table? VOO, right? VOO is an actual app, or it could be on your PC, but it's still an app that you can use just like booking.com, like expedia.com, initflights.com, whatever you use out there to book your flights. Now you can do that through the VOO platform for private jets. How cool is that? Right. And, as far as the pricing and all that, hey, we haven't gotten that far. But I know in the industry, there are so many ways. There's a company called Approved Jets, really cool, small business owner. I was listening to a talk. He was talking about he wanted to offer, this high level lifestyle, travel to the everyday person. And what he said was a lot of people do not understand or do not know that you don't have to book the whole flight. You can have a private jet that has 8 seats. Well, if only 3 people are flying, yeah, of course they paid, but you can pay for a seat versus the whole flight. So if the whole flight costs 10,000, you can purchase a seat for 3,000, which is like first class in another airline. And that's pretty powerful in itself when when you're busy, when you're traveling, when you really need to get somewhere and you don't have time. So all of this is kind of that private jet industry, and Avenach has created a way that you can do that very easily, right? And so even if you're not doing it, why do I say this? Why am I talking about this in this way? Because it doesn't matter, because when people use the VOO platform, you're going to benefit. I'm going to benefit. Why? Because we're Zeniq coin holders. That brings more value to the Zeniq coin. The Zeniq ecosystem grows because of VOO and because of Avenach and because of Tupan and all of the others. So with this particular program, you're going to have VOO Miles, VOO Pay, VOO Wallet. It's a comprehensive plan that is outstanding from what we can see. So anyway, I wanted to catch you up on that's one of the new developments that we've talked about before, but if you don't know, that's another platform. So the one thing I will say about VU about the Avenach is that yes, the staking is in place. You can stake up to 10 years. You can get over 100% APY on your particular staked Avenach tokens. I know, and I'm gonna be transparent. I look at my back office, I go through my team list, and I'm scrolling through pages and pages and pages, and I found maybe less than 1% actually did any staking of the Avenach tokens. So I'm not sure about you guys. I hope that you're having more success in that area, but I've had people obviously from the beginning. So if they didn't keep up, if they just didn't stay plugged in, then they maybe are just not aware of those benefits, right? So anybody, make sure you're staying engaged with the folks and get them on this, because if they're going to miss out on something very, very amazing. And this thing is just taking off. So you still have time to get your Avenach tokens, purchase them from LA Token, purchase them from PancakeSwap, purchase them, from what's the other one? In the back office, you can get Avenach tokens. So you can get them and get them staked on the Zeniq app and just let it ride. That's your, passive income for the next, 10 years. I mean, it's just no reason why you shouldn't do that. All right. So we know that there's a Zeniq debit card. So that's a really good development, and it's going to be, happening more and more and more with all the new developments coming on strong. Now let's push forward to what happened a couple of days ago. As you know, when I do my presentation, I like to emphasize digitalization of the world. And the digitalization to me, so, and some people do kind of, slap me across the face and say, Rashid, you're supposed to talk about a little bit about who you are and what you do. So people will know, that you at least have some familiarity with this industry. Yes, very true. So I've been in this space for, about how many years? Probably since about 2016, right? So 2016, I was introduced to cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin, of course, was the first name that was put out there. And so beyond that, I've invested in about 40 different cryptocurrencies, tokens, coins. I used to really dive into the white papers to understand what is this coin about. Some major coins, tokens, things like that I invested in was, you had Engine Coin, which is a gamification type setup. Really powerful. They're one of the leaders in the metaverse right now. A lot of people use their platform to create their metaverse tokens and metaverse ecosystems. And I have some investment in Mana, which is your Decentraland. So that's real popular now to help people to understand the metaverse and where it's going. So that, this is something that I invested in back in 2017, like this time frame. Then BAT, Basic Attention Token. That one is the developer for Brave browser. So BAT is the cryptocurrency that you can use. You could actually earn BAT on that platform. And so it blocks unwanted ads. And when you select what you want to show, then it gets monetized. And then you can earn BAT or basic attention tokens through that monetization of showing ads that you want to show versus things that you don't want to see that just pops up. So it's really cool. Really a lot of protections. It actually has the Tor protection where you can, I use it as my VPN with that level of private viewing and no tracking when it comes to what sites I go to. That's how I get to the Saphir Global back office. And so anyway, just a whole lot. Like Engine was probably one of the biggest ones. I had about a 17,000% increase on that over about a 4-year period. So really, really exciting times with that particular coin or token. And so that's really kind of my beginnings. Like I said, I really got into white papers, things like that. And so eventually I studied about the fourth industrial revolution, which includes blockchain technology and the future of skill and what skill sets you need to be successful. And so I start coaching on career for veterans and transitioning out of the military. And so that was something that I was very passionate about, and making sure that they had access to training with skills that would be useful in the future, not just today, but I'm talking 2030. What am I going to need going forward? And so after reviewing and really researching, I wrote a white paper called The Fifth Digital Reaction, which complements the Fourth Industrial Revolution and shows you how you activate your skill sets and what do you need to do to upskill, new skill, or reskill so you will be successful. Digitalization. So this is why I'm so attracted to what Zeniq is doing, right? And that's just a little background. Like I don't talk about that much because that's kind of another area, but it really is the impetus that put me, on the front seat when people start talking about this program and this amazing technology that Zeniq is producing. So if you know people, know companies, know organizations that's dealing with digitalization, blockchain technology, and tokenization, they're winning now and they'll be winning into the future. Really powerful stuff. We know that Zeniq has created a 360-degree ecosystem. A lot of companies are struggling out there to figure out one piece of this. And Zeniq Technologies is taking their time and they're hitting milestone after milestone after milestone for us. Think how powerful that is. We're here benefiting from all this technology. We don't have to go out and try to figure out what a blockchain is. We don't have to figure out what a coin is. We don't have to figure out what cryptocurrency tokens. We don't have to figure out, what's a smart chain. I mean, of course, we can do that on our own, but that's not even necessary. We have to become professional promoters and inviters, and we can actually benefit in this industry tremendously. Think how powerful that is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go to college to learn this, because guess what? Zeniq Technologies has done it for you. So you can pretty much skip the long line and get to the head of the line, and benefits right there for you for the picking. And this ecosystem is so powerful. The Zeniq Hub is the staple, right? This is the first of its kind on the market for people that want to get into crypto. That's why Zeniq Technologies is a leader. They have their own blockchain. That's leadership. Zeniq Swap is coming. Zeniq debit card, it's already, out there. We could, the EU, people in the EU can purchase it in the back office, and soon it will be international, and we'll be able to avail that opportunity too. The Zeniq app, we know that there's a coin wallet in the Zeniq app, but that Zeniq app promotes the staking of the Avenach tokens. So that gives you double rewards right there for that 100% APY staking your Avenach token. Everything brings value to that Zeniq coin. We have the smart and cross chain. Why do they say smart and cross chain? Because when you have a smart chain, it can cross over all blockchains. That's what's so powerful. And all smart chains don't do that, by the way, right? If you have MetaMask, if you have Trust Wallet, if you have SafePal, if you have 1inch, all of these, you can go in and you can log in, but you have to switch between. But these guys have taken their time working with some really smart people to develop a very efficient and advanced version of the blockchain that layer 2 creates the smart chain, and the smart chain helps you to go across all chains without much headache or fees. So I'm really excited about that coming along. And now when we talk about this next program and we see what's happening, then you'll know that the smart chain is doing exactly what they said it would do. And so the people at the ZenCon were using the smart chain to practice and really help to develop, different ways that they can use the smart chain. And that's why that's so connected to what we're doing right now. The NFTs, tokenization, the DEX, the decentralized exchange, these are some of the things that hadn't even showed up yet in their fullest form. And we are already light years ahead of pretty much everything else on the planet when it comes to this ecosystem. So I'm very excited where we are and where we're going, and I hope that you are too. The Zeniq blockchain, we talk about that in our regular presentation. So I hit on that a little bit, but just know that Zeniq has a very powerful blockchain that's very fast. And right now, what they're creating is a way that any of the blockchains out there, any of their cryptocurrencies or digital assets can be transacted with the decentralized exchange that Zeniq is creating. Whereas that doesn't happen on the Uniswap. It doesn't happen on PancakeSwap. It doesn't happen on those other particular, some smart chains, some blockchains. That doesn't happen over there. So Zeniq is creating the absolute first of its kind that has a true cross-chain effect where it goes across the board. All blockchains can be traded on the Zeniq decentralized exchange. Like I said, that has happened, but it hasn't happened without the wrapping, which causes additional fees. And one of the most powerful aspects of what Zeniq is doing with their decentralized exchange is they're allowing for the burning of the Zeniq coins when the transactions happen. If you have, if you have the actual coins, and that right there alleviates your fees on the platform. How powerful is that, right? And the burning mechanism helps to increase the value of the Zeniq coin. Get as many hubs as you can, get as many coins as you can. I think you've heard that a number of times. The Smartchain has went live after the Zeniq that has went live. That's all they needed to do this one last piece of the puzzle so we can announce to you the very next project by our, company that Saphir Global markets for, which is Zeniq Technologies. And so without further ado, we want to announce to you the very next project that's on the docket for Saphir Global members to market. That would be the first ever only SEC regulated digital asset issuer in the USA. This is the green DeFi token with a cause and very profitable. That token is called Tupan. That company is Tupan. And Tupan is partnered with another company, which the name, I can't even say it, but I'll show it to you in a minute. And so right up front, let me make sure I clear this up because I don't want, somewhere down the road, because I know people are picky. So Tupan is associated with an actual fund, and that fund has over 30 or 60 something certificates that are approved by the SEC and the IMF and all that, IMF and all that stuff. So they are producing the digital token that is connected with that fund that's certified by the SEC. Okay, so them directly not certified because they are just one piece of the puzzle, but it is an essential piece that makes the wheels turn. Okay, so when you see that, yes, it is regulated because they are associated with the company that is regulated. All right, so I just want y'all to know that because I don't want nobody splitting hairs with me when it comes to, oh, you said it's all good. I can handle it. So when we talk about the tokenization of with Tupan, Tupan has created a way, right, through an investment fund to help repair the Amazon rainforest. How cool is that, right? And so when you see these plots, like when you purchase DeFi tokens, then you'll be contributing to the reparation of the Amazon rainforest. So cool. So there's twofold. You're saving the planet and you're earning money at the same time. I can't see that but a win-win. The future of humanity is in your hands. Wow. Wow. So minting of Tupan tokens is just the beginning of the journey. And so this is the new development that we were introduced to a couple of days ago. So no, I don't know this presentation by no stretch of the imagination, but what I'm going to do is try to get through this, give you some highlights so that at least you can be familiar with the fact that, man, Saphir and Zeniq is crushing the game right now because of so many new developments. And what it does is contribute to, one, the stability and the longevity, but at the same time, we are benefiting every single time something great like this happens in the ecosystem. So many strategic partners, so many firsts, because this is the first one that has ever happened. And this particular strategic partnership, this is the first time. Avenach first, the Zeniq, cross-chain first, the decentralized exchange with the cross-chain first, this particular Zeniq Hub first, this particular Tupan environment, this is the first one that is supported by the SEC. I mean, where else do you need to be to realize how powerful this is in your particular, crypto building and investing process? I mean, come on, guys, this is so powerful. All right. I guess I need to have like those little sounds in the background, like clapping or something. It'd be kind of cool. All right, so let's see what it says here. Imagine if you could solve an environmental problem and still earn with that. So Tupan says we have a new financial/environmental-based solution for your business with the Tupan token. Using blockchain technology, we connect global investors to enable solutions with positive impacts on the environmental recovery, promoting the bioeconomy. In compliance with the 17 UN Sustainable Development Goals, what was a liability on your company's income statement now becomes an asset on your investment balance sheet. Wow, very powerful. Tupan minting, get part of saving the earth. All right, so right here, like Marigold was saying, yes, initially they did say June 10th, so I changed that to the 11/12 because that was the latest information that I got. The future of humanity, like I said, is in your hands. Conservation and reforestation of 369,000 hectares of rainforest is what we're contributing to. The pre-sale starts, like I said, today or tomorrow. Be ready, jump on it. Minting Tupan tokens is the beginning of the journey. As we said, Tupan is associated with an investment fund. This investment fund, they show the memorandum here. Like I said, I know it's kind of small, but it's just for example purposes. You can go to tupan.io and just kind of get some background information if you so desire, which I recommend actually. There's not, they haven't, you know, transferred and like Avenach, where you can see the connection between Avenach and Zeniq. They haven't really changed a lot in their website. So this is really new. And so they probably just hadn't even got to that point yet. I'm trying to read a little bit on that. So anyway, that's some documents there. And it talks about the filing, where is it? Business. Forest, so the business, yeah, the Forest O, like Forest AU, Forest O, Green LLC. So that's the one that controls the fund. And that fund is what's regulated by the SEC or approved by the SEC, right? And so Tupan is the token. Like I said, that's how the wheels turn within there and supports that bioeconomy that they're talking about, okay? So that's where that comes from. So the Tupan investment fund, so that's where that Forest AU, Forest O, I guess it's called, Green LLC is the one that you know, that's kind of behind the scenes making things happen. So one of the key things here, it talks about several local companies with 67 patents in registration. And so all those patents will, and I know Mark talked about this on the first briefing that we had. And like I said, he hadn't, you know, really went over it and he knew about it, but he was telling us that this is still so new, you know, we really have to dig in and understand it. So that's why I'm saying this is just an overview, guys. You know, we just got this a couple of days ago. So I'm trying to make sense of it all, but based on what he was talking about on that briefing, I'm kind of, you know, going through, I look at my notes and talk a little bit about some of those things. But I know it's a big deal to have patents, right, in registration for with the environmental, you know, folks, with the UN environmental folks, because there are what they call CO2 certificates for carbon trading on the world market. And so here's my very limited understanding of that. All of these different areas around the globe, right? And we're talking about the Amazon rainforest at this point, but there are so many more that we could talk about. We talk about oceans. That's something that might be on the docket next, just kind of saying. There's medicine. You know, these are these 17, you know, UN initiatives that we talk about. You got medicine that they're trying to make sure that, you know, people need medicine, they can get medicine. Agriculture and productivity, you know, wherever there's people, then obviously they need food. And wherever there's food, then there may be some diseases because of the growing of cattle and the land and all that kind of stuff. So medicine is important. Cosmetic, you know, that could mean, you know, from a matter of people that may have been born deformed, they may need cosmetic surgery, or they may be talking about cosmetics in the form of beauty. I don't know. But all of this is surveillance, you know, talking about safety. So all of these things, plus the purchase of land with intact rainforest, reforestation of destroyed habitats, all of this is under the UN's, initiative with those 17 different initiatives that Tupan actually has met, right, with what they want to do in what their white paper and their talking paper and probably their red paper or black paper, which is a technical paper. All of those things play into the carbon certificates. So most of the time, the carbon certificates, those are purchased by big companies. So for instance, you have a steel company, for instance, all right, wherever it is, and there's pollutants that come out of it. They're like, look, we have to do this process. We're trying to do it as clean as possible, but guess what? This is the best we can do. We got it down by 20%. We're still, some residue is out there in the atmosphere. What they're doing is saying, no problem, purchase X amount of these certificates, right? And that will show that you are contributing to us finding a way to make this process better, right? So basically they're charging, and it's like a company is saying, look, we're trying to do the right thing. We're trying to reduce. So, hey, if we can't do it all, then we'll contribute to a bigger fund. And that's this carbon certificates is a bigger fund. And those certificates are traded on the market. How cool is that? Okay. So this is interesting. What happened? Hopefully y'all can still hear me. I can't. And maybe my bandwidth is challenged, but if it is, then I'll happily turn off my camera just to save a little bit. But I kind of like to talk as if we're, kind of engaging. So that's kind of why you see that. Okay. So with that being said, we do have the opportunity to earn from this process. Do I know the whole process? Absolutely not. I do not understand the whole process. I did not add those other 10 slides that went deep, deep, deep into the NFTs that are contributing to the way that we will benefit in the end. So, please, I don't have any answers for any questions that you might have. That's the honest truth when it comes to this particular program. All right. So this is just some information that you can digest, just knowing that we will obviously get more information probably from the regional directors on how we benefit directly from this and how we benefit indirectly. Okay, so just stay tuned for that. All right. Tupan minting, get part of saving the earth. Love it. So the minting, the seed is immediately attached location on the map, possesses XY coordinates and pairs. So anyway, yeah, that. But just to give you a little highlight of the technology and the way it's described and why I'm not going to dive into that, let me read just a little bit of this. And you can probably read this as well, so I'm not going to go over all of it. So it talks about that when the process is completed, the transition of state to tree is triggered, generating a predetermined amount of Tupan tokens defined by the halving function. This token number will be distributed between all connected tokens. Yeah. So just from that right there is like, what in the world? And so if you understand more of the gamification of DeFi, then you'll have some knowledge of what that looks like in a virtual process, right? Because they do use things like actual trees, they use pollen, they show the growth as it goes along. And all in that process is literally what you're minting, what's happening in the background. And it's very interesting when you see it displayed as gamification, because it looks like a game, but in the background, it's actually producing benefits, value. And you're going to be compensated for it somewhere through this process. I don't know how that's going to play out. I just know I've seen it, before, but I have not been able to understand it to that level. The seed should pseudo-randomly inherit 50% of the parameters contained in each pollen. I'm telling you, that is some technical stuff that I just can't get with. And results is stored in the NFTs metadata. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you this is what's exactly going to happen. But what I can do is just give you an overview of some of the information that was presented to us yesterday. Now, here is really something that I can understand pretty straightforward. To mint new Tupan tokens, In the Zeniq chain, users need to connect to each other via the Zeniq Hub. That I know, okay? Now, like I said, if you want to take a screenshot of this, or if you want to read this or whatever, you can do that. But it just gets into more of the interesting detail that will lose you somewhere along the way, okay? All right. All right, let's get to the good part. The pre-sale of Tupan minting add-on. During the pre-sale period, which will begin very soon, each buyer will receive up to 10% additional minting results as a pre-sale offer. That means that, yes, if you have okay, let me not even get the horse before the cart. You will get 110% in the pre-sale of the Tupan tokens that are minted through the add-on to your hub. All right. So that's how that works. Yes, 110%. Now, as you can see, it says pre-sales halving. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the halving and all that, but simply put, this is very similar to when yield nodes are produced on, let's say, the BSC, right? Your Binance Smart Chain and those type of projects out there, or, Thor nodes, finance nodes. There's a lot of programs that you can get into creating nodes and yield nodes and so on and so forth. What they do is that first, whoever hits it first, right? You can go on a Pink Finance and get that pre-sale, and you could be whitelisted and get that pre-sale. There's so many ways that they give you opportunities to get in first. When you get in first, you're going to get the lion's share of what's produced. So this is what they're doing here, is we're going to give you the highest share when you get these new minting factors the first day, the second day, the third day. So that first week, you'll be able to get an additional 10% of what's going to be produced, right? So if 100% is going to be produced, which that's the number, then you're going to get another 10% on top of that, right? So the first week, you're going to be able to get 110 Tupan tokens minted for you, okay? Now, people that don't have a full hub, we're going to have to wait until they get to 100%. And then somewhere after that, they'll start to open it up for people that don't have the full hubs, like a portion of a hub. You can have a fraction, up to one full hub. Obviously the housing hub, 14.99 euro. The Zeniq 01 hub is the 19.98 euro. So those are full hubs. And that's where you'll be able to start from day one, today or tomorrow, and you're going to get that 110%. Now, if you don't have a full hub, you will not be able to participate at this point. You will have to wait until later. That's what Mark said. Technical foundation of it is kind of what I just explained. So let's do it again. The add-on master node with the Tupan minting requires a carrier master node, right? So what are they saying? That means you have a full hub. The only way you can mint Tupan tokens is to have a full hub and to purchase an add-on to that full hub. That's the only way it's going to work. Like we go back months and months and months, get your hubs, get your hubs, get your hubs. Why? Because today you get to mint from day one the Tupan token. Yes, massive benefit here. And so what we're doing is showing you that here's the information that you need to prepare yourself for this new Tupan minting add-on. And with that add-on, you're going to get 110% right up front to any of, if you have 5 hubs, that means you have 5 master nodes. You can purchase up to 5 add-ons. If you have 20, you can purchase up to 20 add-ons. Yes, I think everybody is following. Depending on how many hubs you have, that determines how many Tupan minting add-ons you can purchase. You cannot purchase 11 add-ons and only have 5 hubs. It's not programmed that way. All right. Okay. So this is just information that we're going with. That's what they said. I'm relaying what they said. I'm not the programmer. I'm not the developer. I don't know what, why, here, how. This is how it's working. And it's pretty simple. Keeping it simple is the way to go. Now, can't get no simpler than this. We know this slide. This slide says If I want to purchase one hub and I want the actual physical device, I pay 19.98 euro. I get the physical device. Within that device, I'm minting my Zeniq coins. Now, if I want to mint Tupan tokens, I will need to pay 9.98 euro, and that will give me that add-on to my Zeniq Hub 01. This is exactly the same that happens with the housing hub, which is what most of us have. So having the virtual hub, which is you log into your PC, you see your back office, everything is happening just like normal, exactly the same thing. If you have the housing hub, 14.99 euro, that means you have one hub, one master node, you can purchase one add-on, 9.98 euro. When they open it up in the back office, it'll be there, you make that purchase. If you have 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, you can purchase day one, however many you want, up to the number that you have in your particular hub portfolio, so to speak. You have that number and you want to purchase something equivalent to the hubs you have, then look at the add-on price. That's what you pay. That's what you get. And now you can start minting 110 per hub per day. That is so amazing. And like I told some of people, I don't know if everybody heard it or not, but when I first started, I purchased the 2X hub, right? Got the 2X housing hub. It was 29.50 euros. And within a couple of days, I started minting about 100 coins per day. And so I was averaging about 10,000 coins per month. So I say that because what they said a couple of weeks ago in announcing this was you will have that minting power as we did at the beginning. Now, I don't know how many people want to miss out on that, because people were, saying, oh my gosh, you know what, over time, the halving, and, we don't get as much. And, why am I only getting 3? Why am I only getting 5? And all these kind of things, right? And I've shown the example between, hey, if you had Ethereum, which is 1,700 right now, and if you had the opportunity to, purchase Ethereum when it was 3 cents, 5 cents, 70 cents, $1, right? And they gave you X amount per month, but over the course of 3 years, that Ethereum, they said, okay, sorry, we're doing all of these processes, and you only get 1 per month after 3 years, but it's worth $1,700 per Ethereum. Would you be complaining? So it's not about quantity of, I mean, it's nice to have a lot of them, but it's okay if you don't. Why? Because the value is increasing over time. There'll be spikes, absolutely. There'll be times that it'll just kind of run sideways and you'll be like, oh, nothing's going on. And a lot of people disappeared. A lot of people fell off. A lot of people was trying to sell their Zeniq coins because they said, this is not going to go anywhere. Well, you know what? I feel for them. I truly do. And it's unfortunate because that's being very, very short-sighted in this space of longevity. You got to hold on. You really got to hold on, because these guys are just producing so many things in the ecosystem that is going to continue to develop that Zeniq coin and the value that the Zeniq coin holds. And so when it does get to $1,000, when it does get to those numbers, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not a person holding a crystal ball. I don't know. I'm just saying what I believe based upon everything around it. When it gets to that number and you only have 1 coin minted per week and you're feeling bad, you're mad. You're like, why did I invest, $3,000 or $8,000 and I'm only getting 1, 2, or 3 coins per hub? I got 12 coins. But if you're producing 12 coins and it's 30 cents today per coin, but a year, 2, 3 years from now, with all of these beautiful things happening, and now that coin is worth $1,000 per coin, and you got 12 coming to you every month, then what are you going to say? That's all I'm saying. Just stay positive, stay focused, and you will win in the end. All right. So I believe, not much else I can say about that. I'm gonna just do one more thing. I rarely show my back office, but I'm going to the back office because I just want to see if there's any new developments. It probably won't let me do anything anyway, because I've been logged out for some time and it's probably logged me out. So I kind of have to deal with that. Let me see if I can. Screen sharing is paused. Oh, sorry. Okay, I hit the wrong button. That's interesting. Okay, all right. Hold on. All right. I'm not sure. So what do you guys see on the screen now? I hit the website, but I'm not seeing the website.
We don't see anything.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, I think my bandwidth and my memory is bad as far as in my computer, so it's causing me some challenges. So, all right, give me a second.
I mean, I see a whiteboard screen over whiteboard.
Oh, okay, all right. I tell you what, let me stop sharing, and then maybe that'll clear it out, and then I will be able to go back in and just see if there's any updates at this point. All right.
Screen
okay.
sharing.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, so I checked this morning to see if there was any new developments. I don't see anything as of now. We still got the same, information in the back office. So that's yeah, that's where we're at. All right. Check real quick, see if there's any announcements. I don't see any announcements. Nothing that says that it's on, it's happening. Become certified. Remember, go ahead and get you a certification badge. That would be kind of cool. You can do that at any time as well. All right, well, until that happens, that's where we're at. Awesome. Wow, okay.